show reports live from the haunted house in Finglas, where Helen and her family have been tormented by evil spirits for over 2 decades. They have been terrorized by apparitions and an aggressive poltergeist that will not leave their home. We brought Therese Shallow from the Paranormal Research Association of Ireland and Ali O'Flynn from Paranormal Screen Investigation Ireland to the house to carry out tests using specialized equipment such as electromagnetic field meters, handheld imaging systems, and environmental indicators. They attempted to establish if there was any sort of presence in the house. But just as we attempted to communicate with the spirits, we lost all radio contact. Heavy duty stuff, I can tell you. Helen, good morning and welcome back.
Good morning.
I see it's all over the papers today.
Oh God, yes.
Have you seen yourself there?
Yep. Oh, I'm not in it. I wouldn't get in.
You wouldn't get in?
But we had...
all the lads from the Star are there.
Yep. We had a medium.
And a medium?
And a medium. Just a man, a medium.
And how did that go?
He called out and he went through all the rooms and he said I had actually 4 in the house.
My God.
But the aggressive one has been here maybe going back to the 17th, the 18th century. He's attached to the land that the houses are built on. And he felt that he was done out of land or done out of something, and he's very angry and very bitter and sad.
Well, we have Tom Colton, the medium, who visited the house and communicated with the spirits on Wednesday evening. Tom, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Gerry. How are you?
I'm well. Well, you certainly found a full house.
Full house is right. We had quite a lot of activity in the house. We went from room to room, kind of looking to see what spirits were there, whether they were related to family, which most of them were. And we communicated with them, getting information from them to the family that only they could verify.
And who did you find there?
There was some family members there. There was a brother. Helen, you okay for me to speak about this? I just need to...
Yeah.
Helen?
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, fire ahead there, Tom.
Yeah, it was a brother who was in the kitchen area and came through a lot of information about injuries, about his personality, about the way he used to go hunting with his brother and the way he used to shoot. He used to shoot opposite way to his brother. He used to rest the rifle on his left shoulder. And the feeling and sensations I was getting from it was the injuries that he got from the back of the shoulder, the rifle off the left shoulder. Names came through, dates came through, a lot of information like that the family could verify came through from the brother. Upstairs in the house we had a small child in one of the rooms we had, which was family related, and we had a cobbler or tanner in another room, who was also involved in the 19th rising. With another family, I'm checking that detail out at the moment.
Try and keep on that line there, whatever you're doing now. I'm hearing you loud and clear now.
You can hear me okay, can you?
Just about. Are you doing something with the phone there?
No, nothing at all.
Really?
Nothing at all. I'm sitting still in one spot.
We had this problem already.
No, Gerry? Gerry?
Yeah?
I've just walked out into the hall and sat on the stairs. Would that be?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So, Tom, you felt energy in the corner of the room. You've communicated with 4 spirits, all called Paddy.
No, they weren't all called Paddy. The information that came through from the family's brother Paddy was that there was 3 generations of Paddy in the family.
Right.
Which the family confirmed. Arthur was the name of the disgruntled gentleman who I had felt was belonging to the land that was there that the houses were built on.
Yeah.
Who had 3 brothers, and that he was the one that was short done by. He didn't get as much land as the rest of the brothers got, and found very bitter about this.
And how long back do you go with Arthur?
Arthur to the 1920s, thereabouts, the early 1920s.
Just after the War of Independence.
Just after the War of Independence. And the reason why he was getting angry with the males more so than the females in the house was because of the fact that he saw them as brothers. He saw those as the male figures that had done him out of the land. From his point of view, he could have still thought he was still living and they were actually intruding on his land, which can also be a case with what we call an earthbound spirit.
Okay.
And an earthbound spirit is where a spirit feels that it may have to stay here to complete something and be around the family. It doesn't realise that it can cross over to the spirit world and then come back again and still be around family. Or someone who doesn't realise it actually passed will stay earthbound.
And then we had great Uncle Paddy, who died in the 1917, 1914, 1918 war in Egypt in the First World War.
That's correct, yeah. He came through as well with verifying information for the family.
And what was he doing? Why is he still there?
Well, it's not that he's not earthbound. He's just been around family members, which a lot of our spirit relatives can be around us a lot of the time. My own belief is that we can all connect and communicate with spirit. We all have the ability to do it. There's no special gift you hear people talking about. We can all connect and communicate with spirit. Even you can, Gerry. And we know that it's just learning how to and understanding when we're receiving the communication.
Were you able to communicate with them? Did they speak to you?
The way I get my information from spirit, there's 5 different senses that people will use to connect and communicate with spirit, called the 5 clair senses. Clairvoyance, which most people would hear of connecting with mediums or psychics. Clairvoyance is physically seeing spirit. Clairaudience is hearing or clear thought from spirit. That's the way my information comes through, like a hearing or a thought. Clairsentience is feeling, so getting a sensation. So in other words, the gentleman that passed with the heart attack, heart condition, I felt that sensation in my chest, and that's how they give me the feeling and sensations through my own body of conditions they may have had and feelings they would have had. And then you have clairalience and clairambience, which is taste and smell. So you may be driving in the car and you just get this smell of perfume or smell of cigar smoke or something, but there's nobody else in the car with you. That is spirit just letting you know they're around.
Okay. I think we all experience something like that, don't we?
Absolutely, and I said we all have the ability to connect and communicate with spirit. It's just understanding when they're trying to communicate with us and understanding how they're trying to communicate with us.
So what do you recommend? I mean, Helen, obviously this is still a house that is an extremely uncomfortable environment.
No, it's not. It's gone now.
It's grand now.
Oh, yeah. Once that spirit's gone now, and the house actually has a different feel to it.
Holy
and
Moses.
a warm feel to it now.
Tom, how did you manage to do that?
In dealing with spirits who are earthbound, we do a thing called scene rescue. Rescue is probably a wrong word, but that's the word that's used on it. And what you do is that the spirit doesn't necessarily realise it's actually passed over. So you bring the spirit back to a time when it's calm and peaceful, and you relax the spirit. You then will ask the spirit world to open the light and bring the light forward. And normally members of the family connected with the earthbound spirit will come forward and bring them back into the light. And normally with an earthbound spirit, it's quite a heavy energy and it's quite a very cold energy. And I know when we were there, within a matter of about 15 minutes, the temperature went from about 32 degrees down to about 21 degrees. And that's the cold energy, spirit energy. And the colder it is, the more earthbound the spirit will be. So the spirit then, the loved ones would come from the light, they would actually see them then, and then will cross over. And it's a bit like the film Ghost, where you see when Patrick Swayze is killed in the film, his body comes out, his spirit body comes out, the physical body. He sees the light but doesn't actually go to it because he feels he needs to stay here to be around his wife to get through what has happened. And that's what's called an earthbound spirit. And then at the end of the film, the light opens up and he goes through to the light then. But he can still come back and physically communicate with us.
So you have cleaned the house, as it were?
Yeah, well, we've removed the heavy earthbound spirit energy. We haven't removed any of the family relatives that they would obviously want to be around. Because I know Helen said her dad is often around the house as well. Yeah. So we just moved the earthbound energy on because they would never harm or hurt anybody. The reason why things may feel heavy or the reason why things may go the way they are is because nobody's communicating with the spirit. They feel they're not being listened to. And that's when you feel
they're being ignored.
Exactly. And that's when you get the knocking and the banging and the noises and everything else that comes from spirit. Like if you ignore a child or ignore a human, they get frustrated. The same with spirit, with an earthbound spirit, they will get frustrated and they will continually try to get attention. That's what the banging and the knocking would be.
Helen, things you say are better.
Yeah.
Can you describe how much better?
Oh, a lot better. That feeling of anger's gone. That feeling that you know when you walk into the room that there's somebody watching you. That's gone. And that the room is warmer.
Yeah, the sensation, the minute the earthbound spirit left and went to spirit world, instantly the room started to get warmer. And I know Kevin, the reporter, Helen and Helen's son were there in the room and they could feel that instant change of temperature. And Helen also said that the heating and nothing was on in the house at that time. That the spirit energy just left, and once that energy left, then the normal temperature of the room started to come back again.
Now the guys from PIG, from the Paranormal Investigation, Graham Harkness, Mark Gearan and Colin Whelan, and they're pictured in Kevin Jenkinson's article in the Star today. What do they think of it?
Mark, I know from the Spiritualist Union of Ireland, the nice guy. They're very good at what they do, very, very professional at what they do. They came out with their equipment. They did get some readings. They've taken off whatever information they have. They're going to analyse the recordings and stuff they've taken to see if there any white noise or anything else coming from the recordings that they got. But I know they did have some difficulty with some of the equipment because of the way the electrical system was in the house. But I know they did take